sit back like why bother? But get a different view every time that I call dollar. It's like Numi got the Uzi, man, she always speaking facts. She be dropping bombs, make all of them double back. And then the crime raises. It's something they never gon' get that. But it's cool, let's sit back and chit chat. Unveiled mindset.
You gotta be stoic. You can't be frail. If you get on the track, you can't derail. If you stick around long enough,
you will surely be unveiled.
Welcome back to another episode of Unveiled Mindset, hosted by me, Dauda Khan, and my lovely wife, Nusa Kaba.
Hey guys, Happy New Year. Welcome back to another episode of Unveiled Mindset, where we have enlightening and purpose-filled conversations that help to nurture growth and unveil the mind.
So, today has been not today. When the last time we did an episode, it's been quite some times now. So, we wrapped up season 1 in 2024, and we did some other stuff on the channel regarding 2025.
If you haven't checked out the Ramadan series, make sure you check it out. Ramadan is coming back around. We did an entire, I think it was like a 30-day or something like that series episode where we, friends and family read through the Quran and interpreted, watched videos, etc. So check that out.
So Ramadan is coming February 18th. We might do another one. Just stay tuned and see what we do with that. So today we have an interesting topic. So gonna go ahead and introduce the topic, and let's get into it and dissect it.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about. Do you know what soft life is? First of all.
Yep, people that live life on easy mode.
Yeah. To put it in a way, yes. Soft life versus survival mode. Yep. Is rest a privilege or a mindset? And can you really choose soft life when you come from survival?
You gotta expound on that. What do you mean?
First, let's just get our basics. Soft life. When I think about soft life, I think of I do agree with like the easy that you mentioned, right? Like, you choose rest, your peace, you pamper yourself, you take care of yourself. Not that when you don't choose soft life, you don't take care of yourself, but meaning that like, you're not out here on survival mode. You're not necessarily on hustle, right? You live an easygoing and relaxing life. I think that deep down, everybody wants to attain soft life. Not everybody. Let me actually correct myself. I think a lot of people want to live soft life. There are those people that thrive for the daily struggle, the daily, going through the gutters and working hard and stuff like that. But for the majority of people, I think we all work super hard so that we can eventually get to that soft life. Now, the topic being soft life versus survival mode, we obviously, come from immigrant background, right? We're first generation here in America. I think come from hustle culture. I would, at least for my family, and I would say probably the same for your family, right? Come from a hustle culture. And so I think inherently we feel the need to make sure that we are doing twice as much and working twice as hard to make sure that we're paying back all of the people that came before us and did what they needed to do. So on one end, although I would love the soft life, but on the other hand, I think we come from survival mode of the hustle culture. So can both be possible?
I was actually looking into soft life versus survival. And I saw something that's kind of interesting. So, because first my initial thought about soft life was automatically, I was thinking something negative, right? Because, the term soft already kind of like rubbed me the wrong way because we are raised, brought up with certain mentality. So when you say soft, automatically it triggers an emotion in my head, in my brain. I think for most people it's the same. But I went and looked at it. It said, a soft life is a conscious, intentional choice to minimize stress, prioritize mental health, and embrace ease, representing a move away from survival mode, which in high stress state of constant fight or flight, trauma response, or burnout. While survival mode focuses on enduring, the soft life emphasizing thriving, setting boundaries. Setting boundaries and finding peace. So soft life Intentional living. Definition is prioritizing comfort, self-care, and reduce stress. Characteristic: setting boundaries, mindful, productivity, and enjoying the process. The misconception of it is it's not about laziness, but about working on what you are passionate about, not just for survival. The goal is to live with ease, peace, and intentionality. So to me, my first, impression or my first thought about soft life was not that. Now this is the survival mode. Reactive living. Definition: a state of constant stress, often driven by past trauma or overwhelming responsibility. The characteristic for survival mode is hypervigilance, exhaustion, and operating in a fight or flight state. Result: long-term damage to health and narrow worldwide. The goal is to simply get through the day, week, or situation. So obviously now the key difference is between soft and survival. The mindset is soft life is proactive, survival is reactive. Nervous system, I don't even know what that means, but
Your nervous system.
survival, yeah, but I thought they were, going in more in depth with it because I don't know what they're talking about now. Survival mode keeps the nervous system on edge, and a soft life aim to create safety. Transition, moving from survival to soft life require healing, hustle culture, and setting boundaries. The balance in soft life isn't just luxury; it's building a life that allows for you to rest. So,
Read that last part.
Let me go back. The balance soft life
Building a life that what?
is in soft life isn't just luxury; it's building a life that allow for rest, which we are all striving for
Yes.
in survival mode. For us.
Yeah. So based on that definition, how would you categorize the season that you're currently in and the season that or maybe let's say the seasons of your life, like from 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and then currently soft or survival?
Well, I would say from age. Well, when the survival mode started for me, I think like after high school. After high school, survival mode started from I think 18. I think from 18 to where I'm at currently right now, it's always been survival mode. I think it's more intensified now because I'm a lot older, and I think like responsibility gets like built up more. There's more responsibility when you get older, and you got to pay your own bill. You got to do everything, by yourself, on your own. So you got to pretty much be a man or be independent to the fullest. So I think as you get older, it intensifies, and then survival mode really becomes survival mode. It's not a thing that just is being uttered. It's a thing that's actually happening currently in the state that I'm in right now. I'm in survival mode as we speak. This is a survival mode. This podcast that we're doing right now, we're in survival mode. This was like, yo, we got to do this podcast, or we're wasting time or wasting money. So we're currently in the survival mode right now as we speak. Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I think.
Yeah, and the soft life is what we are trying to strive for, or we're striving for.
I agree. I would say probably similar. I mean, I honestly, even in high school, I was always very, especially the latter half of high school, right? When you start kind of like thinking about what's next and stuff like that. Little by little, starts kinking in, but really, I definitely would say, for as an adult, and I think that's what mostly happened, right? Obviously, when people, well, no, it depends because some people have, more challenging childhoods, right? Where survival mode, unfortunately, has to start while they're younger. Whereas fortunate enough for us, we were able to have the support, no worries, and all of that growing up in our household. But I think we inherently took in the ambitions of the people around us, whether it's our parents, whether it's our family members, etc. Even though it was soft life as we were growing up, you're inherently taking in what people had gone through to get you what you needed to do to get you what you needed and where you ended up being. So from an adult perspective, I would say, yeah, same here. It seems like every year that goes on more and more and more, it becomes more and more and more survival mode. Something that you mentioned about burnout, which is completely like extremely real. I would say a couple years ago, I was going even harder from like a regular, my W-2 perspective in terms of hours spent. And so even then I experienced burnt out, and then eventually started to kind of create boundaries for myself, allowing myself to have rest, allowing myself to decompress, allowing myself to find peace and to enjoy kind of the slow moments. That's why I always say something like, I'm never bored. I don't remember the last time I ever uttered the words that I'm bored. When I have nothing to do, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about taking vacation and staying at home and being horizontal, and just relaxing, because I know how the other side can be.
Yeah, no, I understand. But like you said, like it depend on how you were brought up, right? And also your environment. But how many people in the US, or how many people in general in the world are living are on soft mode? What is soft? Not soft, soft life, right? How many? I don't think it's too many. I think that's the goal, right? And I know they were saying that soft life. What? That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's the goal. That's why I said the goal. The goal. But
I thought you said ego.
No, the goal, like the goal. But yeah, so to me, like I said, automatically hearing the word soft, it's already like, okay, like you either lazy or you're afraid. But the thing that stood out to me by reading the definition, what soft life really means, it's pretty much setting boundaries, right? So I like that an example where like survival mode is like you want to answer to every email, every call. Like as soon as you hear something, you just running to the phone and just grabbing it, whatever. I think maybe we all might be guilty of that at some point, or probably still are, right? But in a soft life, the example that they gave was you set boundaries, right? Strict boundaries. Okay, if I'm working from 9 to 5, 5 I'm out. And if my lunch break is at 12 noon, I'm not going to lunch at like 12:30. I'm going to lunch at 12. From 12 to 1, if that's the lunch break, I'm going to go to lunch from 12 to 1. And once 1 hit, I'm going back to work. Nothing come before pretty much your mental health or your mental space. Things that are going to stress you or put you in a position where you're frustrated or mad. So when they say soft life, it's like, I'm not lazy. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not going to let anything else or around me take over my mind state. I'm going to live my life the soft way, but not the soft way. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think, but I feel that soft life comes with a privilege. Meaning, like even the person feeling confident, like feeling, in order for a person to be in a particular career, right, or in a particular profession and feel the confidence to take that time every single time, irrespective of like whatever it is, right, prioritize themselves 100% of the time, I think that definitely has to come with a privilege of you have several other ways and means of supporting yourself, so that like the fear of that impacting your position is not as significant. And so you're able to then not feel nervous about making certain decisions. So I also, when people say soft life, it's like a lot of times, initially when I think about it, I'm not even thinking about like a person who's going to a 40-hour a week, full time, like they're enjoying life, like quality of life is great. I'm privileged. I'm maybe there are those, to your point, that do have like both, and they but they're able to like set certain hard boundaries in order to make sure that they have that.
So okay. So well, I think it should be a balance. I think you should at times you need to be on survival mode, and then at times you need to the short life and the soft life is necessary because of the mental aspect of it. Like I said, the burnout, like you don't want to burn yourself out because that will like mess with your mind, right? It will fuck with your mental. But I also would say that I think like soft life should come after survival mode, right? I think like I said, I keep reiterating what I'm saying. Like that's the goal. That should come after. I think that should be the reward. So yeah, to your point, yeah, to a certain extent, no, to the full extent, it is a privilege, right? But it is a privilege that we all need to like obtain because your mental health is so important. Like people, I think remember like maybe a couple years ago, you told me that someone, some lady or maybe it might have been a guy that passed away because from stress from work, right? So that should really happen. And me and you talked about that all the time, like work-life balance and what our goals are like for the next 7-8 years, when we want to retire, spend times with kids and stuff like that. So it's very, very important to understand that you shouldn't be in survival mode all the time, and you shouldn't be have a soft life all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because either one of them there's pros and cons to each. But the goal is to have a soft life.
Yes.
That's what I want.
That is absolutely a soft life with your family, traveling the world, eating what you want to eat, not worry free. Again, emphasizing on spending time with family. So, and
I got a question though. So, with us, where we come from, based on our culture, right? Do you think it's like it's possible to live a soft life based on our culture? Because in order to do that, you really have to create separation from your people.
I don't really think so.
No, you do.
No, let me tell you the reason I don't think so.
Okay.
I think there are a ton of people. I think the majority of people are living a soft life. Like, I think I think a lot of people are waking up,
not here, not in the States.
No, not in America. No, not, no, I'm not talking about America. I thought you meant like from where we're from, like culturally and stuff. Like, I think a lot of people are, cause it's very community based, right? It's very community based, social. A lot of people after work, everyone will sit together. Everyone will just be talking to each other and then hanging out and then, laughing and eating. And then, so it's very community based. It's not like what we're doing here. Like, I think,
but that's because sometimes because of lack of opportunity. Also, it's not like that's a soft life. I'm poor and hungry. Because if you talk about people back home, they're poor and hungry. So there's no opportunity there. That's why whenever they're not living a soft life, right? I think from your paradigm, from what you're saying, I can understand a little bit, but I think like there's a misconception because they're struggling back home, right? So they're looking for an opportunity to make money or however they want to do it. That's why whenever they get a chance or whatever to go somewhere else, they're taking the opportunity.
Yeah, I think that I think there are different people. There are those who do go through survival mode, and those are the people who have led to all of the people that are here in the diaspora, right? They left, they did this, they did that, they worked hard, they built businesses, they built careers, they, worked here, they, etc. right? They did a lot of these things, which is we are reaping the fruit and the benefit of their labor, right? And of what they went through. And that definitely was survival mode of I need to make it for my family because I'm responsible. But a lot of the people that those people now support live an immensely soft life on the back of the ones that went through survival mode to make it. And a lot of those, it's not necessarily because they don't have the opportunity. It's because, this person struggled so that we can all level up and enjoy life and be relaxed.
Yeah, but for the most part, I understand what you're saying. That's why I said from that perspective, I can understand a little bit. But it's still a misconception because those people still looking at it like, I want what, if he's able to do this for us, if he's able to do this for us, I can go there and do this for myself and put myself on a pedestal. So it's like when you're not conscious of like where the resources are coming from, or how the resources being obtained and being sent to you. You don't know how people got to get up and go to work like every day, 9 to 5. People getting up midnight, going to work from midnight to like 9 8. Like, they don't understand that, right? So they're looking at, okay, like they think we have a soft life. So right, so they think they have it hard. So it's all about perspective. So from that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm asking the question. That's why I was telling you that in order for us to have that soft life, we need to create separation from the others, because they're always gonna rely on this person. Got all of this resources. Therefore, like you said, like, it's for all of us. If you want to live that soft life, meaning the resource that you were able to build, I mean, the infrastructure that you were able to build and all the resources, is solely for you and your family. And whatever you can do outside of your family for other people, you would do that, right? But that's very minimal, right? So you're creating and building it for you and your family. So they're not looking at it like that. They're looking at it like, yo, you doing it for all of. I'm as equal. Your cousin will look at you, your uncle will look at you like they are as equal as your son, your daughter. So that's what I'm saying. You have to create this separation, because you have to disconnect. If you want to live that soft life, because you don't want to deal with trauma, you don't want to deal with problem, you don't want to deal with people always asking you. But when you create that separation, what are they going to say? Oh, he's no longer cultured. He's no longer this. He lost his culture. He lost his ways. He's not feeding us. He's not doing this. He's not giving us money. That's what I'm saying. If, as an African, most of us live our life on survival mode to obtain that soft life. But once we get there, in order to keep that, you have to create separation from your family members and sometimes friends also. Yeah,
I agree. I think you have to add in that boundary. To me, it's a very simple word of you need to have boundary. Otherwise, you will continue to work for people. And people will continue to have their soft life via you and via your struggles and via your survival mode. And to one point that you mentioned, some people, they don't even care to know how to fish. They don't want to fish. They don't want to go through survival mode. They want the soft life. And they've had it via latching onto other people throughout their entire lives. So you're just next on the list. That's why I'm also emphasizing, like, there are people out there, they may not have much, but whether it's their grandmothers that do everything for them, right? Like, they don't need to lift a finger. Like, whether it's this person, that person.
Yeah, there's that. There's those people.
Then it goes to the next generation. They just rely on the next person. But I agree with, there needs to be a boundary if you really want to cut that and fully enjoy the fruits of your labor.
No, I agree. So, I mean, hey, we all strive to do better and to live a better life and a comfortable life. And especially, you got to take care of your mental. But yeah, so soft life versus, what is it? Well, yeah, soft life versus survival mode. So let us know what y'all think.
And what you guys are living in.
Yeah, you guys living on survival mode. Like I said, from the beginning, we kind of went through the definition and what survival mode represent and what soft life is also. So let us know currently 2026 where you at. Are you living a soft life, or you're currently in survival mode? And are you going to be in survival mode for the rest of your life? Or at some point you're going to be living a soft life? And if you're going to live a soft life, tell us in the comment how you're going to do it and how you're going to accomplish that. So pretty much tell us kind of like your goal for the next 5 to 10 years. Pretty much. But yeah, that's it. You have anything to
add? The only thing I would add is, based on my perspective, if you want to get to that soft life, unless you're born in it, and unless you're lucky enough or to have been provided it, let me bring that back. My perspective, if you want to live a soft life, unless you are born in it, or unless you had the opportunity to somehow find yourself in it, whether it's lottery, whatever the case may be, through life, you're going to have seasons of survival mode. And when you have those seasons of survival mode, meaning you are always always working on something, you're not finding time to rest, you're not finding time to slow down, you're feeling like you're not as efficient or as effective as you need to be. It's important to take time during that mode. Like you can go beast mode and be ambitious for 10 years, 5 years straight, however long straight, until you get to that goal that will eventually reap you the benefits of soft life, right? But while you're going through that, it's okay to take a break and to take a beat and to slow down and to relax. That doesn't necessarily mean, hey, I've hopped off the ambition or the ambitious train.
Yep.
Right? It doesn't necessarily mean, hey, I'm being lazy.
Yep.
Taking a breath and slowing down does not equate to laziness. Laziness is consecutively not doing anything and not doing things that you know you should be doing. Right? But taking a break is well deserved. And that break is what's going to charge you in order for you to continue to achieve the goals that you set for yourself.
Yep.
That's all I had to say.
So yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I can't talk today. Unveiled Mindset, we're back. Just tune in. We're gonna have more episodes dropping soon. Better episode. Yep. And that's that. We were here. We out. Peace.